Good afternoon. Since we've been apart, I've been thinking a lot that, well, I miss you. And I know hopefully you miss Pastor Trey and his family as well. But until we get to gather together as a church, I'm glad you get to watch our services on Sunday that we put together. And hopefully we'll figure out some other ways. But I want to do one other thing. And if it's helpful or if you like it, great. And maybe if your parents have a phone or something that you can use, you could send me one as well. But what I like to do is basically just read a portion, spend some time on the couch, read a bit of this book. It's called Thoughts That Make Your Heart Sing. Maybe Hananel will join us at some point, not today, but sometime, to play a song, and yeah, just for us to spend some time together. So let me read a section, and then I'll just share my thoughts. This one's called Arrow Prayers, like arrow, like with a bow and arrow. It says, do you think that maybe your prayers aren't long enough or don't use enough special words? In the Bible, there are lots of little prayers, so little they couldn't be any littler. Help, Lord. Lord, save me. Their arrow prayers quickly shot up to God. Once in the middle of the night, during a huge storm, Jesus came to see his friends on the lake, walking on top of the water. Peter, who's one of my favorite disciples, wanted to try. So Jesus said, come on. Jesus stepped out of the boat and walked on water. But then he looked down and started to sink, and he cried, Lord, save me. Immediately Jesus caught him. Your prayer might be so little that it may not seem like a prayer at all, but it's enough, and God hears it. I love that story. I love Peter. I love what he does. What would you do? If Jesus was walking on water, do you think you would ask if you could walk on water too? I think I would. Well, I don't know. I may not. I may be too embarrassed. I hope I would. But he started to walk on water, and then he looked down, and what do you think he saw? Just water, ocean. What if you saw a shark or something underneath the water? That would definitely scare you. And he got scared. And then when he got scared, he started to sink. And that's when he said a little prayer. Prayer is just us talking to God. And so when Peter said, Lord, help me, he was saying a prayer. It was 3 words. Lord, help me. But Jesus heard him. And this book calls those little arrow prayers. Because like arrows, you shoot them out real fast. Do you ever feel like your prayers have to be long and complicated? You have to say a bunch of fancy words, or maybe you have to say things in just the right way. Or that God is really impressed if your prayers are fancy or longer. Or if you say thou and thee or anything like that. God's not like that. He's not impressed by long prayers. He's not impressed by fancy prayers. What he likes most is prayers that we mean, that come from our hearts. And so, right now is kind of a scary time for some people. And so a lot of us are doing some praying. And it's a great time for us to practice those little arrow prayers. And what's great about arrow prayers is that you can say them anytime. You can say them when you're about to sink into the ocean. You can say them when you're walking around. You could say them when you don't really even know what you should be praying for. Sometimes, I've prayed just like the book said, just said, Lord, help me. Sometimes I've just said God's name. I'll just say, God, help. And sometimes, it'll even be more shorter than that, and I won't say anything at all. I'll just cry. Or I'll just be silent and let my feelings go to God. And what's so cool is that no matter how long or short, or how many big words you use, or even if you cry, or even if you don't know what you're praying for, God knows exactly what's going on. And so, maybe practice some of those arrow prayers this week. If you have any you want to tell me about, maybe your parents can text me, or maybe you have ability to record a little video yourself, or any number of things. But I'm praying for y'all, and hopefully we'll be able to get together real soon. Hope everybody's doing well. You're doing your schoolwork, even though you're stuck at home, or if you're homeschooled, that you're doing your homework. And we will talk soon. Maybe I'll see y'all tonight at our digital dinner. If not, love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.